in brightest day, in darkest night, no evil shall escape my might. That those who worship evil's might, beware my power. Green Lantern's light. What's going on YouTube? This is a precursor for what y'all gonna be able to see when me and Joe come out with our 3-day review of New York Comic Con. Yes, I did go to New York Comic Con as Jon Stewart. Kind of botched the oath a little bit. Sorry about that, I'm a little rusty. But still fit this thing pretty decently. And yes, it was authentically made. It was great times. Anyway, what I'm here for is to do the Flash episode 2 review. I think the name of this episode was The Fastest Man Alive. I really actually liked this episode. It was really different. What the world? Oh, well, Joe just hit me up. But going into the beginning of the episode, it starts off with Barry going into a superhero thing. He's really kind of feeling it on a deeper way because he's finding himself like going and stopping all these different kind of crimes and stuff like that. There's one epic scene that's just so beautiful when you see like Barry try to save a couple people from a burning building. He's moving so fast, but at the same time he can still get burned by the shins. And so it's like he doesn't know necessarily how to get out of it or how to save them at the same time save himself. And it's really awesome to see him processing stuff on such a super speed. The visual effects for this show is just amazing. Like, I mean, the way the Arrow is shot is beautiful. You know, I mean, cinematography is great. I mean, the action sequences are awesome. But this, like, the CG for this is eye candy. When you see, like, the Flash swerving through, like, lanes, it's really awesome to see. Now, one of the things that's really cool about this episode is that you go deeper into, like, the evolution of Barry Allen, in my opinion. And one of the things that I think drives this episode is that Barry has a lot of doubt, a lot of internal doubt that's come up from people telling him that he was wrong and people, like, denying him like the ability of the truth, which the truth surrounding his backstory is that he believes there was a man that had certain powers that killed his mother, and everybody denied him the thought process that that was true. One of the things is that when he was younger, he got brought in by the family, and when the family brought him in, they basically, I guess I'll say that Iris really attached herself as being the sister figure, looking out for him. But then his dad, Mr. West, like, he tried to be the father figure, but he really didn't encourage anything that Barry said. Like, he didn't believe him. And so Barry, even as a little child, like, you see certain flashbacks, he's like, I hate you, and XYZ, XYZ. You can see that Mr. West has a really love for him, but he's just, some unbelievable thing happened and he's trying to get the boy through it instead of trying to rationalize and help him or go to his level of understanding, which he couldn't comprehend it. But now, grown up, you got a man that's a superhero, and any kind of doubt or fear, it's like basically taking the yellow ring coming up against a green ring. Fear versus will, you know, and fear can break will over time. Like, if it's enough of it, enough fear, enough doubt, enough concern, you're gonna take this ring and you're gonna pull it off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna pull mine off. But basically, Barry, he's dealing with a villain in this one that it's really hard for him to take down. And the villain has the ability of multiplying into different things, different numbers of himself, and making copies of himself. It reminds me of Mirror Master, which is really awesome to kind of get a precursor to that. But I think that one of the notes that I put in specifically for this episode was that I felt like Barry, he was brought to a point of defeat in this episode where he found out he couldn't beat him. you couldn't beat the man that was multiplying himself, even though he was the fastest man alive technically. And even with that, like, he could easily die. And so he brought to a point, it's like almost like a Spider-Man moment. It's like it's like, I just can't do this anymore. And Joe, or Mr. West, he was kind of like pushing him to stop and everything. He's like, you know what, I'm done. Take it then, you're right, you know. And the professor, he went to Mr. West and talked to him, and certain things that Mr. West says in this episode that really help define the character Barry Allen. It's a real motivating kind of moment. You can see why when the Flash goes with the Justice League, why he thrives on a team element. It's so clear just through the performance of Grant Gustin in this one. I really love this performance. I really love the flashback sequences. I really love the CG for this one. I'm not going to tell you the end. I've already told you enough. But one of the things I will say is that one of the quotes that I love is, for once in your life, do what I tell you to do and go stop him. Now, why the significance of that is Mr. West says that, but what he always told him, like, do this, do that, and it's always been contrary to what Barry believes. But he believes that there's an encouragement being pushed at him, and that motivates him to go and try to win the day. And it's just so awesome how it all plans out. And this show is just amazing. I have to give the episode probably an 8.5 out of 10. I really loved it. Not as much as the first one. The first one, I think I gave it like a 9.5 or 10. But this one is definitely, it's still keeping you going, still keeping you intrigued. And I don't know, I really love the way that they're taking this character. I really love, it's kind of got this Smallville feel to it, but with the merging of seriousness with Arrow. But it's its own entity. It really is its own entity. But yeah, definitely y'all need to check it out. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to CWTV.com. Go to Hulu. Hulu already has it up. But yeah, I really love this episode. And I mean, I'll try to go and do the next review next Wednesday. I still have a lot of reviews I need to go through, but hopefully that gave y'all a little bit of insight. I know that wasn't an in-depth review. There's so many different details of it I could have went into, but the main thing to keep is that this is the evolution of Barry Allen, and this is a defining moment with his relationship with the people that he loves and the destiny that he's brought forth into. And so definitely go and check it out. Hopefully y'all like this review. Please leave your likes below. If you did, leave a comment below as well. And yeah, look for Comic-Con footage coming soon. Gotham review coming soon. This is the Green Lantern, John Stewart. I'm out.